Hi yogis, Katy here at my studio, Body and Shine Wellness. This is our advanced headstand playtime. So if you haven't checked out the beginner and the intermediate headstand videos and you're not familiar with headstand, I would go check those out first. Otherwise, grab a blanket if you like to have it for headstand, and we'll go ahead and start playing. All right, so hopefully by this point we're feeling much more comfortable in headstand. If you're not, I would not rush into these poses and these little playthings that I'm about to propose because you can hurt yourself. If you're not, if you don't have the core strength to control your movement, if you didn't watch the beginner video, I preach this a lot. Headstands are where people typically get hurt in yoga, at least is what I've been told by people I know that are chiropractors and body workers, massage therapists. Most of the time they see people for neck injuries from doing headstands, not properly. So keep your body safe, that's priority number one, and make sure that you can have a long yoga practice for the rest of your life, not wasting it doing silly things that you're gonna hurt yourself with for no reason. That's my 2 cents. So we're gonna start by kind of building on some of those more intermediate things we did. I'm gonna explain it actually before I go upside down so that I can focus on what I'm doing while I'm up there, because I just said to be safe, so trying to take my own advice. I can stay focused that way. But what we did in the intermediate video is the tripod headstand, where you kind of start to twist and you bring your knees closer to your triceps. So we're gonna essentially play with those two concepts as far as getting into crow and getting into side crow. So you start to kind of open up this world of transitioning inversions, which just gives you a lot of fun combinations to play with. So I'll show you, hopefully, I might fall on my butt, which is also okay, it's part of the process. I'll show you how to go from your tripod headstand to your crow first. So starting off in your tripod, remember how to get yourself set up if you don't remember that. Again, go check out the first 2 videos. Coming up, again, you don't have to go all the way up with the legs if you don't want to, but coming up, taking your knees down to your triceps, and then really engaging your core, starting to lift the weight out of your head into your wrists. Most of the time when we first start, you're gonna end up falling back, okay? That was the hard part for me. I had the strength to get my head up off of the mat for crow, but it was really hard for me to control coming back. So you might have to kind of, pop back on your feet, and you can always pop back up too. So just giving that one more shot so that you can see it, and I can maybe hopefully hold it this time. And then if you want to, if you feel confident, gently putting your head down, coming back into your headstand. Okay, so the 2 hardest things is finding the strength to stop yourself. So as I mentioned, it's not super hard once you have the core strength to do headstand, to bring the knees down and to lift the head up. That part, to me isn't the most challenging. The hard part is controlling your weight once you start to shift back and not just falling on your feet or your butt. So finding that balance. The biggest tip I can give you is really engaging your chest and your shoulders and putting the weight in your hands. So if you're just resting all the way in the crown of your head, once your head lifts up, you're gonna wanna teeter-totter back. But if you can get your hands really steady first and not resting too much in your wrists, then you can hold that crow and engage your low belly, keep your hips high. Breathing, also super important, okay? Let yourself breathe, don't get panicked, don't start to freak out. If you are wanting to put your head down, try to do it slowly. Mine was a little abrupt. I don't know if you noticed, but I felt it. Mine was a little bit abrupt, which is also why I like to have a blanket. But if you're feeling unsteady, I would say just set yourself down on your feet after the crow. Again, it's not worth it to just crash your head into the floor and hurt your neck and not be able to practice at all because, you know, you're being stubborn or your ego gets in the way or wanting to do it or whatever. Just kind of know your limits, keep your body safe. So that was crow. If you want to get a little bit more fancy, there's some other things we can do. I don't know, there's a 50-50 chance of me getting this one, quite honestly. Side crow, same idea. I'm not gonna go all the way up for the sake of time, but you twist like we did earlier, land the knee on the tricep. Again, lifting the weight out of the head. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to land it today, but lifting the hips up, and you can extend the legs out, you can extend the legs this way, but again, that sense of balancing. I'm not super twisty today, we didn't do any twists to warm up. Be warm, I'm taking my own advice, but make sure you've done some twisting, otherwise it's gonna be really, really hard to stick that one. If you wanna play with your crow, part of the reason I'm doing this tutorial this month is I posted a video on my Instagram doing a lotus leg crow from tripod headstand. So if you want to do that, again, 50-50 chance I can do this not having been super warm, but you do exactly what we did earlier to get up into your headstand. Once you get up there, you find your lotus. So like you would in a seat, crossing one leg on top of the other. This little chop, chop, chop motion, lowering yourself down. The hard part is finding the right spot on your tricep, so not too high, not too low. I can already feel I'm not gonna be able to do this one probably today. But lifting the head up, and again, maybe we fall on our butt, and that's how we learn, and that's how we get stronger. But if you wanna see a much prettier version, when I was actually warm and ready, you could go check out my Instagram, Katy Does Yoga, and the video is on there. So that's a little bit more advanced stuff you can do from headstand. The world is much more open to you as far as things like that go in tripod headstand. The one cool thing that I know how to do from basket weave headstand, which I actually like to do better without a blanket, you'll see why in a second, is going from basket weave headstand to forearm stand. So you're pressing your head up off the ground and then maybe lowering back down. You know, there could be other stuff out there from a basket weave headstand, like fun transitions. I just don't do it enough to know them. If you know some, you know, let me know. Hit me up on social media or leave a comment. But the one that I do know, you start in your basket weave, like we did earlier. I like to have the wall for the sake of feeling safe. But you come into your, you come into your basket weave headstand. Find the wall. If you need to, start to press into your forearms, come into your forearm stand. And again, I'm not super warm, but I think you get the idea. That was my first forearm stand of the day. It didn't go very well, but you press into your forearms, lift your head up so you find that engagement of your shoulders. So then your head is off the ground. You can look forward into your forearm stand. If you're feeling confident, you can put your head back down, but make sure that you get the crown of your head on the floor. Because I've seen it in classes where other people have taught it and watched students, you know, they get the forearm stand, but then when you're upside down and you're in your forearm stand, you're looking forward, and then they put their head down, you end up like on your forehead or like the scalp line in your headstand, which like obviously not good at all for your cervical spine. So if you are gonna put your head back down, make sure that you tuck your chin to your chest first before you set your head back down, okay? So again, headstand is kind of polarizing to me. Some practices think that it's like the ultimate yoga pose. I think more often than not, it kind of does more harm than good. So just be sure that you're keeping yourself safe, be sure that you're warm, be sure that you have the core strength. Again, no kicking up or just falling down so that you don't hurt your neck. You know, I'm not trying to take the fun out of it, but I just want everybody to be safe. So if you have fun with those, I hope you do. Try them out, let me know. If you have requests for next month, also let me know. And have some fun upside down. Good luck, yogis. Namaste.